Hi, my name is Mark Purdy and I'm the co-founder and CEO of the Code Registry. And today I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to get started with the Code Registry's platform by using our 2-week free trial. So the first thing you need to do is come to the coderegistry.com and then navigate to the right hand corner and get started for free. And as you can see from here, there's no need to put in any credit card details. There's no commitment. This is a completely complimentary 2-week free trial for you to begin understanding and knowing your code base even better. So the first thing we need to do is come down here and drop in our email address. And then click next. And then what you'll need to do is go back to your email address and grab the 6-digit passcode that we will have emailed to you and paste that in here. And then we also give you the option for added security to create your own biometric passkey. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to skip that step. And then as you can see here, it is a 14-day completely free trial. We do let you know how much this particular package would cost if you wanted to continue. But once you're within the platform, you'll get full visibility of all of our various subscription packages. But as there's no credit card details necessary here, we're not going to start charging you automatically at the end of the free trial. You'll simply be alerted that your free trial has ended. So from here, I'm going to start the trial. And from this stage, you now have access to the platform. So the first thing we're going to do is create our first project. So to begin with, we're just going to pop in your name and whatever your team name would be. We're going to call this something like that. And then the next part of it will be talking more about the project itself. So this is going to be a demo front-end app, example app for demo purposes. And then we click next. And then from here, we're going to choose where we're going to bring the code in from. Now, we offer two main options. The first one is to sync via a Git management system. We also give you the option to upload a file archive of your code base. Now, 99% of our customers will choose to sync via Git, and the reason for this is because then we're able to analyze your entire Git history of a project. Now, if you choose Git, you can then either connect natively via any of our native integrations with some of the most popular tools like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket. Alternatively, if you have the details of the specific repository of code you're looking at, you can just drop in the repository details in itself. So here, I'm going to give this a source code name, application, and then I'm going to grab my GitHub URL and our username, and I've already generated my authorization token, which I'm going to paste in here. You are able to specify a Git branch if necessary, but otherwise we simply hit add repository. Our platform will then test the connection to make sure those credentials are valid. And then once we get to here, we're all happy and we can hit next. And then from here, our platform does the rest for you. We will create your project and begin analyzing the code that we have access to. Now, while you're waiting for your code to analyze, you can dive straight into our guided tour where we can go through all the different areas of the platform, where we can see what our project lists are, how to create a new project. We can dive into where you can access other areas of the platform or our support center. For the purpose of this though, I'm going to end that tour. And then from here, we can see the project that we created, and we can jump in to see the progress of the analysis. So once I click in here, we can see some of our areas of analysis have already completed, which is great, but the rest of the areas are still going. So it's at this stage that I'd recommend you nip off, make a coffee, go have some lunch, and then come back to the platform while you wait for the analysis to complete. Typically, dependent on the volume of code that you're analysing, these facets of data could complete in anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. For very, very large repositories, it can take up to an hour. But it's really down to the volume of code that we're looking at. But as I say, best bet is to nip off, make a cup of coffee and come back, and then we will dive into the areas of analysis that we've looked at. Okay, right, we've had our cup of coffee, let's take a look. So we come in here and going to view all results. And we can see that all of the analysis is completed. Now, you will also receive an email once all of the analysis completes with the ability to download a PDF version of this analysis. But what I'll quickly do is walk you through kind of the highlights. So the areas that we cover off. The first part is we will run a full security vulnerability assessment of your code base itself, while also reviewing any outdated third-party dependencies that represent a risk. We also have our own proprietary scoring system, which we call the AI quotient, which will give you a percentage score of what percentage of your code base could be improved using AI. Now, the reason we state it like that is because we're looking for common coding bad practices, which are non-negotiables, which typically AI coding assistants are very good at resolving. We will then also run a full code complexity score, which gives you a very good indication of future maintainability of your project. We then have another of our own algorithms, which we call the cost to replicate estimation. And what this is if we had to rebuild this particular code base from the ground up at current developer rates, what might it cost us? We then also review any and all open source components, packages, or snippets of code that originate from open source that we found within the project. We generate the license information themselves, what version you're on versus the most up-to-date version to give you an indication of compliance. We then run a full analysis of any developers that have ever contributed code to your code base, and we look at things like productivity, what they've worked on recently, and what they've been working on. And then some of the more code auditing things like languages and file types. And with all of this, it's all supported through our AI assistant, Ada. And Ada is there to help you to understand what you're looking at. So Ada will explain what the security vulnerabilities are, what your highest urgent priorities are. And really, she's there and designed to help you get to the bottom of what you need to know faster. And at any given point in time, you're able to ask Ada a question about the output of our analysis. And from here, all of these kind of summary things are backed up by the full data behind it. So as you work your way through the platform, all you're really doing is working your way through the different levels of granularity. So the metrics dashboard are all of these kind of facets of data, just displayed in more graphical format. And as you work your way through the platform, you can just get deeper and deeper. So we can review our security vulnerabilities and we can check where the issue is. We'll recommend a relevant fix, and we'll let you know where else it occurs within the platform, and the like. So for the purposes of this demo, I'll leave you there. The last thing I will say is that as well as being able to interact within the platform itself, as I mentioned, we also generate a full PDF output, which will come through via email. And you'll be able to click on that and download the report. But I will run the demo on that another time. Thank you, and hope you enjoy your free trial, guys.